Why you? Why should people follow you? Why should they listen to you? You need to actually solve a very expensive problem for them that they're like, okay, whatever it is,
I'm willing to pay, yeah.
Yeah, people pay for your access. Of course, they want to get ahead. They want to get something out of it. But why do they pay you higher? Is because you have a strong personal brand and you positioned yourself. Either your content is very bad, no one cares about what you have to say, no one knows your story, like who are you actually?
The problem is when you're charging less, you also attract the people that are not willing to pay, because if you don't believe you can do it, they will not believe you can do it.
If you're new, if you don't have so much skills, people don't trust you. Get testimonials in. If you have high skills and a high audience, that's when you build an ecosystem. That's when you're like, okay, you can do the one-on-one, you can do low ticket for masses because we don't leave any money on the table.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Wellsome. We all know the importance of having a personal brand, especially in today's world, if we want to enhance our business or just want to make a living out of it. But how can we really monetize from the audience that we build on social media and from our personal brand? Well, in today's podcast, I have with me Sara. Hi. Welcome to Wellsome.
Thank you for having me.
So Sara is a strategist and she helps her client to monetize on social media from their personal brand. And I cannot wait to ask her all the tricks and all the secrets to actually monetize on Instagram and make the best out of your audience and your community.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Let's get into it.
First question, I wanted to ask you, how did you start this journey?
Okay. Oh my God, I'm actually on social media for like 4.5 years, actually, not so long. But back then I did do affiliate marketing. So I did promote other companies' products.
Yeah.
And it was just like exactly 1 year ago. We have June. Yeah, it was exactly 1 year ago. I was procrastinating to create my own product for so long because I actually have I realized, Sarah, you have so many skills. You help so many people, just like giving them tips on, personal branding or ideas on to create offers. So I was always more into helping other people out of as a hobby. What can you do for a product for yourself? I was just having so many ideas and I was procrastinating for 2 years. So I was 2 years into social media and I was procrastinating 2 years to create my own thing because I just didn't know how. I was missing especially a woman who is leading, who is showing the way, how can you do it? Yeah. How can you combine it? How do you actually create your own offers? What kind of platforms do you have? I just had so many questions.
Yeah.
But I was that when you just don't have any clue, you're just okay, maybe I will just get more information. I don't feel ready yet. The typical excuses.
Yeah.
So I actually procrastinated 2 years to actually create it. And last year I was sick and tired of my own excuses actually to be you know what, I'm just doing it. I'm just I don't know how. I just figured it out along the way. And
you just had to take action.
Yeah, I made a decision. I was okay, I'm doing it now. I don't know how. I don't know what product actually. And then I figured out along the way, I got mentors, I met so many new people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually the biggest lesson because I always knew you will never feel ready to start something.
Yeah.
But you just need to start and you figure out along the way.
I love that you said that because sometimes even us women, I would say, we have so many skills and we have so much potential, but somehow because of our limiting belief or maybe the fear to be seen also that sometimes is coming up, I feel that we're holding ourselves. So the fact that you stopped and you said, no, I have to create something for myself and I know that I can do it, it's just amazing.
Honestly, you're so right. I just kept myself small. And I was never a person who struggled with what they think of me or maybe people judge me because a lot of people have that. I didn't have that issue.
That's amazing.
But still, I kept myself small.
Yeah.
I was what am I doing here? I was I was looking in the mirror. I was Sarah, what are you doing actually?
Yeah.
I was this is not you.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you don't even realize because you're so in your routines and your environments and habits, you don't even realize that you have so much more potential.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because when you're with the same people, same environment, doing the same things over and over again, sometimes you just need to step out, go to a new place. So that time I actually traveled to Dubai because I was not living here. And I was just like, I just need like fresh air. And that's the time I realized, okay, I got clarity. Now I'm doing it.
I love that. So, how did you start your journey? So, you said that you started with your mentorship. Tell me more about that.
You mean like my own product?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so basically back then I knew nothing, okay, about monetization strategies, what is important, how do you content that converts. I was just like posting like everyone is doing because we don't have any clue. So I was like, okay, I need to like get knowledge on what makes actually sense for my level to do, because I closed high ticket clients back then as well. So I did like high ticket sales. I was good in leadership, so I was leading also a team. So I had many skills, which means when you have high skills, you should always go for a mentorship, like a high paying mentorship.
And you were working for a company or you were working for yourself before?
So I was working for myself, but it was commission based.
Okay.
So whenever you closed a deal, or basically you
Get
make
commission.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how many
Yeah.
companies work. Yeah. So back to what was I saying? So when you have high skills, it's makes sense to go for high ticket.
Yeah.
Which means you create your own product for a higher amount of money because you actually like spend time on it.
Yeah.
Which means, for example, first of all, it's very important that you have a flagship product, which means something. Let's say I make an example. It's better. For example, you're in fitness, okay, and you get clients. You don't need to like teach them every time the same stuff. Like, I'm not an expert. I don't know. Like, for example, gut health.
Yeah.
What you should eat, what you should not eat, or maybe you can eat everything. I don't know, like micros, fiber, proteins. Like you want to have a flagship product that you can just give to them. You record it once, you create it once, you can sell it over and over again. So when you have high ticket clients, one-on-one clients, you can give that flagship product to them. So they're actually like, you save time teaching everyone the same thing all over again. But the thing is, why you can charge higher is because you sell your time at that point. So you give more access.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I created a flagship product because I want something that I can sell over and over again. But I also give people access, because people, why it's important to have a personal brand, people pay for your access. They don't even pay for, of course they want to get ahead. They pay for what they want to get something out of it. But why do they pay you higher is because you have a strong personal brand and you positioned yourself. Yeah. And that's when I was like, okay, I need to do like, because I built my personal brand very good. People knew me. They knew what knowledge I had skills, I can get them ahead. So that's why I always got into one-on-one and help people one-on-one.
I love that. And you point out something that for me it's super important, is that I think especially now we're focused in a good way to monetize without wasting our time, because time is a currency.
Yeah.
So if we know how to master time in a good way and to monetize even when like we're not killing ourselves 24/7, I think this is something that brings even more value.
Yeah, you're right. So that's the thing I thought. In the beginning, I was like, I just want to create my own thing. I didn't think of, I want to like, how do I actually scale? That was not in my head. But now it's different, of course, when I create something. But when you create a product, like I will explain later, like the whole ecosystem you should have, the best to get all of it, is to just have one product you can sell all over again, because you don't need to like actually spend time to
recreate it.
Yeah, right. You just create it once and you can sell it.
Yeah.
So the thing with one-on-one is that it's the highest access and it should be the most expensive one, because it's your time, it's your energy, and you should work on actually having the best energy you can give to your clients, to your people, that people actually want to work with you one-on-one.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So people are like, I just want to like make money. I can like go on a call with them. So that's the needy energy. It's like, okay, you want to make money, you're the asset. That's why you go on calls with them, but you cannot scale because at some point you're capped.
Yeah.
Let's say you charge 5K from one client. Okay, you cannot like take 20 clients all at once and like you will burn out. I tried that to take as much client as I could. But that's just, you will burn out. It's not even fun anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why I switched, you need to like, of course, you need to solve a very expensive problem if you want to like go one-on-one and like, you need to like, yeah, how do I say it? It's you need to actually solve a very expensive problem for them that they're like, okay, whatever it is, like this
I'm
amount
willing
of
to
money.
pay, yeah.
Yeah. So rather I pay that money than to waste or like, yeah, waste years to actually get to my result.
Yeah.
So actually help them to get to the result faster, like even like 2 months. If they save 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, I would
Yeah.
pay that money because I'm like, I want to get ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think nowadays, what we also trying throughout our podcast is to convey the message that it's very important to have a brand or like a personal brand established.
Yeah.
Before getting into the part of monetize from the audience that you have and the personal brand that you build, what are the key elements for a strong personal brand in your opinion?
Yeah. Oh, I love that one because people struggle so much with, okay, I'm just posting. I don't know how to build a personal brand.
Yeah.
So I would say the most important thing is your story, is you. Because why you? Like, why should people follow you? Why should they listen to you? It's because of your story, your experiences, your lessons. It's
Yeah.
just because of you, what you have to say and how you frame it. So, of course, it's sharing your story, your lessons, not just like bragging about it,
Yeah.
but just giving people the feeling, oh, they're feeling like they feel heard, they feel seen of what you've experienced. For example, I know you're like into like mental health and everything. So why are you actually into mental health? So you have
Yeah.
a story long before that.
Yeah.
So I want to know that, and that's why people choose you because you have a different story. Like
Yeah.
you're different than anyone else.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing for me as a key element in a personal brand is to share your story and to actually get clear on your pillars.
Yeah.
Like I always do it like this. So when I create content, always in my mind I have like a list. It's like, okay, do I actually want to attract new followers? Okay, I have my pillars and I have this type of format how I'm creating content. Okay, if I want to nurture my audience, if I want to like be authentic, if I want them to like me,
Yeah.
then I create something like day in a lives vlog, something that is very that they actually get to know me, like my
Yeah.
story, for example.
Yeah.
That's when I do it like this.
Yeah.
When I say, okay, I want to like position myself as the expert that people actually know, oh, Sarah is good in XYZ, she is good in creating offers, she is good in scaling my business, then I create content that positions myself as the expert.
Yeah.
The last thing is, okay, when I have a masterclass coming up or when I actually want to sell to my audience, then I create that kind of content. So I
Yeah.
have different formats for each pillars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we touch base a little bit about the personal
Yeah.
brand part, about the pillars that you mentioned. What are actually the cons? What are actually the things that completely destroy your personal brand? And in a world that it's so crowded with people that actually also copying themselves a little bit, what makes you stand out and what are actually the things that instead they drag you down?
Yeah, wow. Very good question, honestly, because people, when they see someone on social media and they think, oh, she's an inspiration or he's an inspiration, they want to like do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And that's what kills your brand.
Yeah.
Because you want to, of course, you should get inspired, but the worst thing is that you're a copycat.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And people sense it because when they actually have the algorithm of like following this person and because this person is your inspiration, you kind of get the same audience as them. That's when they also see your content, we're like, oh, I think that's more of like her.
Yeah.
That always happens. Like people always sometimes still tell me, oh, you look like her, you'll be like her. Like you can never like please anyone and everyone. That's normal. But of course, like your story, that's very important. So if you have not shared your story properly in many different formats, you need to do that to actually stand out because no one has your story. The second thing is that you should start reframing what you have to say. So of course, I also do get inspiration. I'm not like a genie and be like, oh, this is all my own ideas. No. So I also get inspired, but I reframe what I'm saying. For example, if I see a very good idea, I'm not like, oh, I do the exact same thing like she said and be like, different setup.
You
no.
tailor it on yourself,
For example, if like people, I've heard it over and over again, people say the first 3 seconds are the most important thing about your video. Of course, I don't take that and be like, I create the same thing. I just reframe the value. For example, I say, why no one is watching your content is because you keep the value at the end, for example, you know, like, or I just reframe what I got inspired from and say it in a different way.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. It's like
Yeah.
learn to reframe, share your story, and get very crystal clear about what your what your content pillars are. That's very important.
Yeah. I think also now in many different accounts that we see, of course, the first thing that sometimes we look at when it comes, like as a person or as a brand as well, that maybe wants to collaborate with the person they're looking for, is the numbers. In your opinion, the community and the audience you build, is it true that it is a game of number, or is it also true that maybe you can still monetize and you can still have clients even with less numbers?
Yeah. So I would say I even believed that myself. Honestly, I was like, not now, but back then I was like, I need to grow my followers, because if I have my followers, I will make more money. But no, that's not true. I made my first 10,000 when I had 2K followers. I think was, oh my God, it was so long ago. Yeah. I was like, followers, no one cares how much followers you have. Of course, followers gives you a big reputation. It means you have built something big if many people follow you. But it does not mean that your worth is based on your followers. For example, if you want to sell your mentorship and your mentorship is, for example, 5K or 4K and you have like 3K followers, okay, you better have good skills and you better have experience in actually charging that, because it's not that when you can charge more when you have more followers. That's not the case. I'm still not charging more when I grow 10K followers. That's not how I do it. But of course, followers show that you're building something big, that you can actually create communities. It's a skill, honestly, to like build a big following. It's a skill. But when, for example, I saw you, I didn't even look at your followers. I didn't even go, oh, who is she? I was going onto your page. The first thing I did, I went onto your reels. I was like, I like her. I like her energy. I wanna come to this podcast. That's how I did it.
Yeah. And sometimes I hear from either my friends who are trying to build their personal brand, or to some maybe people in the field that are complaining that they want to attract more people, but somehow they're attracting the wrong audience. Why is it happening?
So first thing I always look at, are they actually themselves? So are they authentic? Or are they just like trying to, I don't want to say copycat, but are they just like copying?
Mimic something else.
Yeah, mimic something else. And as well as they need to like be good at creating content. That's just the thing. So they need to be good at, okay, how do I attract new followers? Because if they keep posting things no one actually cares about, maybe the content is bad. That's the thing. So many people won't admit it and be like, oh, maybe I'm just like didn't figure it out. And no, either your content is very bad, no one cares about what you have to say, or no one knows your story. Like, who are you actually? Like, what do you stand for? What are your values? So many things.
Do you think that when we are on social media, do you think that people can actually connect more if you're authentic, or you can actually be very exaggerated and people still will connect with you? Because I see a lot of people that are, I am not doubting that they have this type of personality, but I think it's very exaggerated because maybe they want to create virality. They want to create kind of like an emotion in people. Do you think that this is still a strategy, or this is something that long term people will think like, I think this is not really authentic?
Yeah. Wow. So I need to think about this because I have so many things in mind. So first thing is that when you try to go viral, people, it's like we assume going viral with like having the craziest ideas, being loud, like doing something controversial, funny. And yes, it is true. You need to like do something that it goes viral. Like when you just sit there and be like, hi guys, I'm here. No, already gone. Like
No
you need
one's
to
gonna
like,
listen.
yeah, you need to like do something, but it still should mirror yourself. Like, for example, I don't jump on every trend. I don't take every opportunity just because it sounds nice.
Sure.
Like I actually said no to a lot of things that could have made me a lot of money and a lot of opportunities, a lot of like brand deals and collaborations. I could do that, but it's not how I want to be known for.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like people jump on trends and do stuff. Maybe that's their brand. Maybe like they're a comedian or like they're funny on social media. But once a reputation is gone, once you do something just to want to go viral, people don't forget that.
Yeah.
And it's on social media. So if you like do a trend, it's not even you. It's like something, I don't know, completely different, then
Yeah.
people will not forget, oh, this is the girl from, oh, she did this.
Yeah.
And you don't even want to be known for that.
Yeah.
So I think it can be a curse as well as a blessing to go viral.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't care if I go viral or no, because if I'm like go viral and I attract the wrong audience, now I
Yeah.
have to like clean this mess up
Yeah.
and be like, okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And actually, I just wanted to add our personal experience as a podcaster and as a
Yeah.
team that we had some experience with people that they came here and I always send questions to my guests to just review it and everything. And I remember one guest, she came to me and she was like, should we read it together? Should I say this specific thing in a specific way? And I was just like, no, why are you asking me this question? And she said, well, because I went to other podcasts and they told me exactly what to say, the thing that I wanted to say in a certain way in order to go viral. And this was very interesting for me because I know that maybe some podcaster, they are kind of like pushing people to say things in a shocking way to go viral. But honestly, even for us, that we're doing YouTube as well and social media, and we know that we have kind of like to get their attention, but still, we think that it's better if you come out natural in the way of doing the accent and the I don't know, the emotions that you have, rather than me pushing you to say things that are not authentic.
No.
Because we might get viral, but we might get people that maybe they don't even understand what we're saying during the podcast, you know?
Yeah.
Just for the sake of attention. And I'm sure that you agree with me, it's like, it's a pick, like it goes up, and then to maintain this type of standard, what are you gonna do? You need to keep on shocking people, like...
Yeah, and that's the thing, you always like aim for attention. So of course it's, I would never like agree to, oh, Sarah, like say this XYZ to like make it more better. No, but it's also when you ask good questions, of course, like I say good things or like just things out of my mind, and these things are going viral, not because I had like a script and be like, oh, I need to say this, because at the end it's not me. So when people like after the podcast they follow me, like, who is she? Like, this is a different person.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So we talked about the importance of personal brand. We talked about how to build a strong personal brand, what are the pillars, and also what to avoid in terms of audience and in terms of things to do to attract the wrong people. Now, the next question is there a right moment when you can actually start to monetize on your audience? Is there a specific maybe level that you reach that you can start thinking, okay, it's good to monetize? Or it doesn't really matter?
It doesn't really matter. So I say, of course, don't go on social media just to make money.
Yeah.
It's why should people actually buy from you?
Yeah.
But it's not like, okay, you need to reach level 1 and this XYZ followers to make money. No, it's more of like, what do you know? It's always about you. That's why I always say, invest in your skills, become a valuable woman, because my audience is women.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the men. You should also be valuable too.
Of course.
No, but I always preach, become so valuable. People pay for your access. People pay for your proximity. So whenever you, for my clients, I say, whenever you know 10% more, even just a little, let's say I have an example. One client, she built her Instagram from zero. So she went from 0 to like, I think 20K in 3 months. That's very good. A skill. Like, of course, she was not experienced as I am because I'm in social media longer. I have different skills, but still we do social media. We do the same thing. And she also wants to go into personal branding. but she has not the same level of skills, and also access is different because you cannot like charge just because you have 20K followers. You cannot charge 5K.
Of
for
course.
what? So that's why I'm saying, so I don't overcharge myself, but I also know my price and know my worth. We can talk about that later because I have good stories for that. So basically she went from to 20K in 3 months. So she had skills, but she was like, because for her it was so fast. So like she still sees herself as the one who had 0 followers.
Yeah.
But I only know her as the one who has 20. I'm like, you have skills. Sometimes you need to ask people about, or like just talk to other people that you see, oh, I actually know stuff.
Yeah.
And she can teach, of course, how to build a social media to 20K. This is what she did. This is what she can teach. And this is what she can charge for.
Absolutely.
So even when she cannot like do so much or teach like very, very deep skills, she can still do an offer and can still sell something. That's what I say. When you know 10% more, you can do it. You can like tell people, because I know people, they struggle to even grow like to 5K to 10K. So a lot of people struggle with that. So how do you actually do it?
Why us women sometimes we struggle to know our worth when it comes to money, but especially when it comes to charge a specific amount? Why do we feel guilty to charge more?
Why are we like that?
Why?
Honestly, why are we like that? Oh my God, sometimes I'm still thinking, like, because a lot of opportunities coming to me. A lot of like, Sara, this is for you, this is for you, this is for you. And sometimes I'm like, okay, first of all, it's not even aligned with me, even if it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But when I charge for my access, for a level of skills I have, it took me to actually get here. So I don't look at my skills, okay, I know A, B, C, okay, this is what I can charge. No, I look at what actually took me here, what do I know, and how much money you can make from what I know. So I know, okay, I made multiple 6 figures from what I do. So of course I can charge an amount because I know you can do the same. I can teach you that. You just need to like actually do it. Of course, it's not, success is never guaranteed.
Of course.
But that's how I've learned. Oh my God. When I started doing my own product, like it was only 1 year ago. I still like closed high ticket sales before, but I still undercharged when I did my own product because I was like, that's the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Suddenly you're like, oh my God, it's new. I created it. And I charged like I would never do that. I don't even want to say it, honestly. So less for a 101, that's like not even in the baseline anymore.
Yeah.
It's like I'm so over it.
Yeah.
But I think, we tend to like keep ourselves small.
Yeah. Also, I just want to add, because I've been there, done that as well. I remember that I was still, because before entering my entrepreneur life, I was at the beginning, like I started my wellness journey as a coach, as a health coach. And of course, when you're coaching people, you have to charge them for the service because it's a long-term service. Because when you're taking over their health and you're basically, it's a long program. And I remember that I used to charge so less. The problem is when you're charging less, you also attract the people that are not willing to pay, because if you don't believe you can do it, they will not believe you can do it, and they will ask for discounts. They were debating your prices and say, wow, why are you charging this? I'm not sure. So I found myself with a bunch of clients that were complaining all the time, like asking the weirdest question ever, and then didn't even give me satisfaction because I felt I had to sweat, to beg, to like convince them that this was the price. And then I'm like, what am I doing?
You're like, oh, okay, please. Oh, I have a discount. Oh, I can do 20% for you only today. Yeah, it's like, I've been there too.
Yeah.
I've been there too. Because when you can make your own prices, no one is going to keep you accountable.
Yeah.
No, this is the price and you better keep the price.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's also a thing, how you attract the right audience is 100% know your worth, 100% what. Also, don't like be over dramatic about your prices. That's also good. People like charge things and they don't even solve an expensive problem. Also, like be not humble, never be humble, like in terms of like achieving things.
Of course.
But of course, like actually do a good service.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for undercharging, it's like you need to know your worth. And you need to actually go through these situations that you attract people who don't know your worth, that you actually learn how to
Absolutely.
how
And
to
this
know
is
your
a
worth.
lesson for life.
Yeah.
For everything.
I'm happy
in
for
life.
that lesson. I'm happy
Yes.
for that because I will never do that again, and you'll never do that again.
Absolutely
So.
not. Absolutely not. And when it comes to the proper physical, let's say physical or digital in this case product, how do you guide a client through the process of saying, okay, let's sit down, let's check your audience, your personal brand, and let's find out the best product? Guide me through that.
Okay. So should I do, I think it's better to do storytelling because...
Or an example,
Okay, I do an example with one girl. Okay, I know everyone like knows UGC, right?
Yeah.
UGC. Or should I do fitness? I don't know. We can do UGC because I talk a lot about fitness.
Yeah.
So UGC creator, it's like you create videos for other brands. So it's like you earn money through that. So it's always, you're dependent kind of, okay, how many brands do want to collab with you, XYZ, like you need to also deliver XYZ stuff to whatever. So she came to me and she had like a low audience. I don't even know. I think she also had 20K followers. Yeah. And she was like, okay, I'm sick and tired of, I'm new to UGC, but I'm doing it. I have a full-time living out of it, but I don't want to like always do videos for other people. I think I have more skills. So when we sat down, I was like, okay, just tell me, I'm new to UGC. I want to start UGC because I already know what's her product. I'm like, okay, tell me, let's say her name is Sara.
Yeah.
I'm Sara. So Sara, okay, please tell me, how do I start UGC? And then she was like talking out of passion, X, Y, Z, this is important. This is how you write emails. This is what you should. I was like, okay, first of all,
wow,
thank you. This is your product. Because when I don't know if it's like something I'm very good at.
Yeah.
But when I see people, I immediately have ideas for them, what they can do, because sometimes they don't know what they're good at. Yeah. But it's so obvious. So she was like, oh, I'm not sure if I can teach other people. Like, I'm like, girl, you're making a full-time living and more than out of it. Of course you can teach that, even if you think it's not valuable. And that's how I sit down with them and we talk. I get to know this person. I'm not like thinking, okay, how can we make the most amount of money?
Yeah.
That's the second step.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, first of all, we need to like find your offer you can also actually scale. Not only with your time, also with when you're like doing passive, that you can create passive income.
Yeah.
So I sit down with them. We brainstorm, we talk, and that's how I do it with all my clients. I had another client, we launched one product, and now it's time to get a step further like that.
Yeah.
Because she's a mentor, she wants to become a mentor in her industry. So I'm like, okay, brainstorming, what is the second product? Like, what are you actually good at? Like, what would you like to do? Like, just tell me, what do people ask you? Why do they come in your DMs? So what are the questions? And she was like telling me, oh, there was one girl, she was asking me. And then she was like telling me, this is what I can do, X, Y, Z, we can do this. Okay, you have your product.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to sit down with people and just listen to them, listen to their needs, their strengths, their experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we create the offer. Okay, this is the price I will never do in the beginning. We always look at, okay, is this low ticket? Is this for the masses? Or is it for like...
a niche.
Yeah, high ticket, like very... Yeah. I don't know, like up to 3, 4, 5K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you like, how can I say, like, is there a difference between, of course there is, but I want to hear it from you when it comes to, creating a product that it's more for the niche and more for, let's say, the mass market.
Yeah.
What is the difference and what are the advices that you give to the person? Either if they want to go for something that it's more accessible or something that is more niche.
Yeah. So it always depends on first of all, how big your audience is.
Obviously.
So when you don't have a big audience, it's kind of hard for you to sell a low ticket product, which is 99. Of course, you can do that that's also another thing if you have skills.
Yeah.
If you don't have skills, you don't have an audience, okay, we cannot like create a product that is 5K. You will never we don't do that. Yeah. So that's when I still go for like, let's say she is new on social media. She has not so many skills, but still she can like teach something. Let's say, for example, like about mental health.
Yeah.
Okay, about you. Then I would say she has like 2K followers. I'm saying, okay, we don't overcharge because you don't have so much skills, but I still want you to actually like get out of your comfort zone. So we create something in the middle.
Okay.
Like we create a very good like video training, a program or something, and we give access to people that you get a lot of like testimonials. That's very important. So if you're new, if you don't have so much skills, get testimonials in.
Yeah.
If you have very good skills but you don't have a high following, do the same, but you can charge higher because you have skills. So you can charge, I don't know, like a container, 1K, let's say, and get as many people in as you can to get testimonials. And when you have testimonials, you can, of course, you can charge higher. But in the beginning, you cannot think, oh, I'm so good. No, people don't trust you. Get testimonials in.
Yeah.
Was this a question? I forgot it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, the question was more like the difference between the high ticket or the, let's say, like a standard ticket.
Okay, I want to summarize because I talk too much. So, low skills, low audience. I think you should be more in. If you want to create a product, you should go for like a low ticket offer. You can like sell all over again, but with more access to you. Like let's say group coaching call, one-on-one coaching call. If you have high skills but a low audience, of course you can go a little bit more higher. Let's say you can still charge more. Like if you're in photography, you have amazing experience in that, of course charge more, but get more testimonials in that you can actually like build your audience and also do a content plan, content storytelling, everything. If you have high skills and a high audience, that's when you build an ecosystem. That's when you're like, okay, you can do the one-on-one, you can do low ticket for masses because we don't leave any money on the table. When I only focus on, I only do my one-on-one, I'm capped. That's why I also have my low ticket that I can, people like DM me, I'm selling it all over the time and still make good extra income only from low ticket.
That's interesting actually. So it's a combination of I would say revaluing your audience, but also understand what are the skills that you're putting out in the world. It's a combination. And as you're working with women, what is the number one issue that you see in women when it comes to finally, achieving their dreams and creating the product that can really give them financial freedom?
Honestly, the first thing is like to have the audacity. Like sometimes of course everyone is different, but they're keeping themselves small. That's the number one thing I see. And I see it in myself. I was still like a powerful woman back then. I still am, but I still kept myself small. I didn't even realize it. So it's very good to have and invest in mentors and to educate yourself, invest in your skills to actually realize, okay, this is what I'm not doing, but this is what I should do. It's like you need to expose yourself to new levels, and that's only when you have good mentors and you invest in yourself.
And Sara, last question for you. What is your next step for yourself? Now you're a mentor and you're helping women in actually monetizing from their personal brand. What is the next step for you?
The next step, because I love what I do. Honestly, like every time I speak about it, you see I'm like, I can talk for hours. And I see I have so much passion in what I do. I want to go way deeper and way bigger. It's not about changing what I do or like, we can go into this. No, I want to go very, very deep. But I'm also very open for projects, to invest in other companies, in other people, in like also, be more a person of behind the scenes in other people's brands. That's also a very good thing. That's what I also love, like just be behind the scenes because I'm on social media. That's for my own stuff. But I love to be more behind the scenes on people's brands.
I love that. And I wish you all the luck to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us. It was such an interesting conversation.
So nice.
Thank you so much for being with us. And guys, if you have any question for Sara, please let us know in the comment down below. And I'll see you on the next one.